Raid Shadow Legends is one of the worst mobile games, claiming to be one of the most played games of 2019 and 2020. But how can a very mundane average RPG like Raid Shadow Legends that forces such an insane grind be so popular? Well, in today's video I will be discussing just that, and I will be explaining how this game was developed with every predatory casino tactic in mind to take all of your money and time away from you. Remember, just because you're not spending money doesn't mean you're not wasting your time on their game and not the competition's game. So, if that sounds good to you, sign in, sit right down, and make sure you like and share the video for maximum exposure, because we all know Raid Shadow Legends is running ridiculous campaigns for advertising on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, anywhere with everyone they can. Let's begin reviewing the greatest mobile game to ever exist, Raid Shadow Legends, or rather, that's what they would have you believe. Full disclosure, I was offered $300 to promote this game, which I initially accepted, but only after I told them to pay me up front and without a contract. But after I started recording and playing, they sent me a contract, and it was huge with so many requirements. Like, wow, really, man? This is what you're sending me after I told you I wanted to do it my own way? Okay, you got it. Oh, and Raid Shadow Legends on Twitter said they didn't pay people to play or promote their game. So that too. This motivated me to dig a little bit deeper into this game, find out a few things that you might need to know. Otherwise, honestly, I probably would have just let this game go. I would have said, this is a garbage mobile game, I'm not going to mess with it, and that's that. So let me be clear. I'm going to expose this game, and I'm going to show you how it's just a casino with an RPG skin. And I'm going to explain how it is the most played RPG of 2019 and 2020, and I'm also going to give you my honest opinion of the game itself with a review. So let's go to the review first. Normally I review games with it being based on the 5 pillars of gaming for me, but outside some decent graphics, it's just a basic mobile RPG. This does have a fully voiced campaign, but the voice acting seems kind of phoned in. It's okay, and the music again is just generic RPG actions, not any tunes you're gonna be blasting later on, that's for sure. The controls are touchscreen, and with turn-based gameplay, I guess it means you could just set it on autopilot and you really don't even have to do anything. So yeah, all in all, the game works. The literal core of the game is just a good-looking game with 400 champions to unlock, with the ability to autoplay. Does that sound like a good RPG so far? The game starts you off with 4 champions going through a scripted area to give you a short tutorial of the basics of its gameplay, and that's really the bare bones of the game, and it builds off of that with some upgrade systems and things like that. For plot reasons, you are stripped of the 4 champions that you were given, and you're forced to choose only one. This is very manipulative because it gives you a taste of 4 champions that work well together, and gives you a good variety, making the player think about unlocking them later on. Gee, you'd really like that wizard, but you chose the orc, but you can get them later, right? If you just keep playing. But that's only the beginning. From there, you can access the campaign among many other areas like the arena, but you will likely need to do the campaign and level up and start unlocking champions. Unless you want to just pay $10 and level your guy up really high like other people have in many videos, and then you can just steamroll through the campaign. But here's the problem, as soon as you start playing, you're gonna be prompted for these things. Yeah, to buy something, okay? The game just started, and here comes 3 pop-ups to try and get me to spend around $30 asking me to buy all this stuff. I don't even know what's going on. I haven't even checked the menu. I don't even know what half this stuff does, and you're asking me for money already. Anytime you go back to the main hub, you're gonna be asked to buy something, and you're gonna be prompted with these screens. It gets pretty annoying. But you know what? We're getting out of the game review territory and more into the casino portion of the video, and that part will be oh so nice to destroy and expose for you. So let's get back to the game itself. itself. Each time you enter an area, you're given the choice of champions to go with, equipment to use, and it becomes a real segmented level area where you use your champions to beat a few minions per screen and then move forward and beat a few more till you reach the boss. And you know what's crazy about this? It's literally Dungeon Boss, an eerily similar RPG dungeon-based game with champions. It's literally the same game. Bad guys have health and another bar which shows when they're ready to attack or not, and your guys have a basic attack along with abilities to tactically do better. And it also has a basic Pokemon-like super effective system. Fire, water, and grass, and normal types too. Wow, crazy how this game is literally like every other mobile RPG that exists. You could even go so far as to compare it to other games like Star Wars Heroes, where again the gameplay is pretty identical. All these games have the same gameplay style with unique champions, advertising to be amazing. The difference is I can play Star Wars and unlock cool heroes like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, whereas in Raid I get an orc with 2 axes. So, comparable. But not to defend the other games, they also have ways to buy things, most notably Star Wars, which can be played for free, as I have done so for the last 4 years. The problem is that they also charge ridiculous amounts of money to avoid the grind, and that's exactly what Raid Shadow Legends is, a massive grind. So, let's say you do grind it out, what do you get for it? Nothing. In the end, after you beat every campaign mission and the side events, and everything's done and you unlock a massive chunk of champions and then upgrade them to a high place, you're still not going to get anywhere in the leaderboards because there are other people who can pay to win. You remember all those ads trying to get you to buy stuff? Yeah, other people do that. There are people who will spend money on this game, and they will beat you because they have the edge. So to recap, you're wasting your time auto-playing this game that is graphically intense and will likely drain your already outdated cell phone battery, and it's all for nothing because of some Jake Paul wannabe who spent $40,000 to become the #1 player in the world. Ha, I'm just kidding. More like 400,000. And if you're doing all of this to beat the game, good luck, because you won't be beating all of the game, everything that it has to offer, for months. For free, at least. And maybe not even years if you're lucky. But hey, you could always just pay to win if you want to win, right? And you do want to win. So let's put another dollar in the slot machine and gamble a bit more for a victory, eh? Before I get into how this is literally a casino game owned by a casino company and developed to get children and adults to gamble more, let me show you how it's literally just a slot machine. So some of the footage I have used is from other recordings, but I do have my own and I have played through this quite a bit. However, I don't think I can put it better than a YouTube user called Ren's Reviews, who shows just how exactly Raid is a slot machine. And boy, I wish I was close to Vegas so I could do exactly what he did. Basically, this game allows you to upgrade gear, right? So it's only through a chance system, which requires a massive amount of silver to do as well. When you attempt to do it multiple times, all the silver is gone. It's that attempt part that makes it like a slot machine. Watch the aforementioned video and see for yourself exactly what I was talking about.
Again, at 15,000 silver a pop. And next thing you know, that 50,000 silver you got from clicking on Pyrocynical's link is gone. It is literally no different from gambling. I'll show you. This is the last $5 that my Nana gave me before she died. Baby, 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 come on. Oh man, we were close. Almost. Come on, baby. I feel this one. This feels good. Nothing. Last spin. Wish me luck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing. Man, I didn't get anything.
Yeah, without a doubt, slot machine mechanics right there, and not that champion summoning or unlocking or whatever it is not a slot machine either, because it's a gamble. But man, imagine you're playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, and you have to roll to upgrade your gear, and each time it costs you more and more rubies to attempt, with no promise whatsoever that it'll ever work. Scratch that. Imagine you're playing Dungeons and Dragons and you have to roll to upgrade something. Oh man, ridiculous. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. You see, Raid is owned by a casino. I do have to give credit yet again to another user for cracking this code though, Upper Echelon Gamers. You see, Polarium Games was the ones that created Raid Shadow Legends, and they were bought by Aristocrat Leisure Limited in 2017 for $500 million. Now you might say, but Proto, why would someone pay $500 million for a game that isn't even that popular? And you gotta remember, in 2017, no one cared about Raid. So you ask, why the big price tag, right? And more importantly, who are Aristocrat Leisure Limited? And to answer both questions at one time, the Aristocrat Leisure Limited is a casino gambling manufacturer that specializes in slot machines shipped around the world. The CEO put out a statement claiming that he wanted the company to expand into the growing mobile market. To summarize what he said. Now, I ask you, why would a casino manufacturer of slot machines want an RPG mobile game? Why wouldn't they just make a casino app instead? That would make more sense, right? Well, an age requirement, which means they cannot hook them while they're young, as one cigarette company CEO once said. This restriction means they would have to find alternative ways to get people gambling. And since loot boxes are not regulated and in-game transactions are very loosely regulated, oftentimes only offering a simple disclosure that you're agreeing that you're 18 while you're spending mommy and daddy's money, or in some cases, people's own money, yeah, the regulations really aren't there. Oh, but our good friend Upper Echelon Gamers wants to cement this point in by telling you something even more troubling about the CEO of Aristocrat Leisure Limited. Take a listen.
It's pretty clear cut, but to go one step further, CEO of Aristocrat Trevor Crocker has now been appointed as chairman of the American Gaming Association. And the American Gaming Association is a gambling advocacy lobbying group which attempts to define further policy for the industry which can spur growth and increase revenue. The CEO of a gambling company that specializes in slot machines, who happens to also now be the chairman of a gambling policy lobbying group, is in control of Polarium Games, who in turn is in control of Raid Shadow Legends.
Now, some people might point to other games and claim that they are no different, that they are also encouraging gambling too, so why are they not shut down? Because you cannot cash out any winnings in these mobile games, therefore, legally it is not deemed gambling, at least by a casino standard. Unlike where there is an in-game economy for people to have become rich off of in many other games, this one just takes your money over and over again. Oh, and if you want to know your odds to these games, they are legally required to publish them. For example, when Pokemon Masters adds a new character, the odds for pulling it is shown. And they are a complete joke. Man, listen, with a bonus chance, mind you, a bonus chance, 2% is the standard chance for pulling a 5-star character. The default chance without the bonus is 0.185%. Not even 1%. And that is from a non-gambling company. What do you think your odds are in Raid? But you can take solace in knowing that eventually you will unlock champion or whatever you're looking to unlock, not because they want to increase the odds every time you fail, but for psychological reasons. These companies implement a ticker to ensure that you do get something after so many failures to keep you playing. Absolutely insane. But here's the real question. How do they have so many players if this is just a casino cash grab? Seriously. Have we reached Pac-Man level here? Pong, perhaps Mario from the NES level of people playing. But no, that's a complete lie. Raid is played by a lot of people, but it's not the quote-unquote most played game. Yes, this game has been downloaded over 100 million times, and while that's impressive, it means nothing without active players. While it is ranked high in the top grossing, with the rank and the money it produces, it clearly doesn't have over 100 million playing. There are some people, and possibly ads, depending on what their requirements to advertise were, saying that Raid had over 1.5 million active users. But what does the company define as active? If I sign into a game a day or once a week to get a reward and then close the game and stop playing, would I be considered an active member? Or what if I played the game once a month or once a week? Am I active? What are these numbers and the statements based on? Sure, they have a game that they made, and 100 million people downloaded it, and maybe 1.5 million do play it actively. And they didn't lie. At one point in time, if they opened the game, they were active and they did play it. But we have no idea how long they must be active to be considered active. And considering this game was made to expand casino companies' reach into mobile gaming, I gotta tell you, I think they're gonna be less than forthcoming with the real numbers. I'm sure they're high. 1.5 million people is a lot if those people are currently playing, but currently playing and playing sporadically and playing once a week are different, but still could be considered active. So basically, they look like they have a lot of people playing because they use wordplay, and you've been played just like their mobile game that you tried once because you're an active user. Yes, you. So in conclusion, Raid Shadow Legends might be the worst game I've ever played that could be considered a competent game. There's really no bugs or glitches or problems with the coding itself and the gameplay, and it's pretty solid, yeah. And yet, it's just a slot machine with RPG skin. It's boring. There's nothing fun about it. Can you enjoy it for free? Well, sure you can. Just like walking through a hotel in Vegas and viewing the fountains, nature, and the shows. But the gambling will still be there, always there. And you'll never get the good stuff without years of effort, unless you spend that money. So should you play this game? No, absolutely not. Even spending $5 on this, I can name at least 5 games that would be a better investment than this. And you could get them off eBay and shipped, so you wouldn't even have to leave your home. Now let's see here. Batman Arkham City, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, Borderlands, Madden, and NBA 2K for sports fans. I even saw Call of Duty Advanced Warfare out on eBay for less than $5. So yeah, people think that free is good because they don't have to spend any money. But in truth, if they saved up and they bought an old game console, they would have massive selection of cheap, great games that they could choose from at any given time. It would literally be the same as blowing that money on microtransactions, except here you're guaranteed to know what you're getting and what you paid for, instead of just gambling on an upgrade or a champion, or a chance to get a champion rather. Don't try this game. Don't play this game. It's awful. It's worthless. It's a slot machine with an RPG skin and nothing more. And so, I want to conclude this video with the statement to show you how serious I am about this. When I tell you EA makes better games, you should know right there, that statement seals the deal that you should never ever try Raid Shadow Legends because of how terrible the microtransactions are. I've been your host Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and I want to thank everyone for their support, especially my patrons who continuously support me and donate to me, people over on Twitch who subscribe, follow me there, and you, comment section, for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next video.